1, 2, 3. Hi guys, what's up Hamudas? Today I have a very special guest, okay? But راسها بس قلت لها لصقي في المايك and she's not.
It's just literally on my face.
Okay, so we have today the one and only, the science girl, the cute science girl.
Oh, that's so cute.
She's like, you know, every man's fantasy. She's a scientist, but she's cute. So today we have El Khansa.
That's me.
Yeah,
Hi.
that's she. Introduce yourself, please.
Okay, sure. Well, my name is Al Khansa. I am 22, almost 23.
Yes.
And I'm a physics student.
You're younger than me.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
But you're 23? I'm gonna be 23 in August.
And I'm gonna be 24 in November. So,
but I don't think I can do the math right now, even though I just said I'm a physics student.
I just said she's a scientist, but she's like, yes.
I mean, you can't really do the math all the time, but whatever.
Yes.
So I also co-founded a startup that is called Pathos, where we try to focus on people's public speaking skills, and at the same time we try to sort of help them talk about things that they are passionate about. So not only that we give them a platform to talk about something that they're passionate about, but we also try to help them discover what it is that they love. Because we genuinely believe that if everyone in society like knows what they really love and everyone actually sticks to that, then it can make like a small impact at least.
How individualistic of you guys. Which is fitting because you are in the American Embassy. You're based in the American Embassy.
No.
Wait.
No. The thing is that we started there as a club. So it's a long story, but I'm gonna try and make it short.
Go ahead.
We started as Toastmasters, working on our public speaking abilities, and then we were like, okay, we're good at this. We're just gonna probably start our own thing, and we went out of the embassy and started.
كنتوا في الامباسي مانيش نتخيل.
We still are. Of course, we invited you there.
That's why I said.
No. We still do that, but more as a club. But our what we really do is outside. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. And more of like the American Culture Center, not like the embassy, because those are like two different. Even if it's inside.
Okay, Binatna, is the ambassador a Trump supporter?
I have no idea. Even if I did, I probably wouldn't talk on his behalf.
He probably is. I mean, he changed because he can't female ambassador, no?
The one before him was a female.
Okay, Trump bad had us. See, I'm telling you, he's a Trump supporter.
Didn't he come before Trump got into the office?
I don't know.
I think he came. I don't know.
Yeah. Because usually when there's a new president, he would do his ambassador to align with the politics of the new administration.
Like the team has I think the ambassador stays here for like 5 years and the team like changes every 2 years. So I don't know if they can like cut it in the middle and change ambassadors. I really don't know much about that. Even if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
You would tell me, you would not tell them.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so Pathos, you guys talk about public speaking, or you promote, you said you emphasize that people should do what they do best and really pursue that. So what inspired you to start Pathos? How did it come about?
Pathos, first of all.
Pathos. I'm cancelled.
Okay. What inspired us? Honestly, we really weren't inspired. More of like we were good at something and people kept being like, I want to learn. So we just...
People are obsessed with public speaking.
You think so?
Yeah. She obsessed for nothing. A lot of people need it for work.
Yeah.
They need it for
sure.
Things.
Yeah, but honestly, like not a lot of people understand how important it is, in my opinion. Like they'd be like, oh, I don't know how to talk in front of an audience and I'm a shy person, blah 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 blah. But they don't really do what it takes to actually become a public speaker, you know. So I feel like they want it, but they don't really understand it. Does that make sense?
Of course. Whatever خدمتك, you're probably gonna need public speaking at one point. Even though like just in a meeting with your boss, there's gonna be one point when and you have to present your idea.
Especially دوكا in like the societies that like are developing من دوكا لفوق. في l'étranger خلاص it's like it's established. If you want to get somewhere, you have to be good at public speaking. Even if you're like a tech guy, even like if you're a coder, you're gonna have to pitch your project, you know. Alors là, if you like work for the government, if you work in business, you have like a lot of projects, you want investments. Même in like everyday, you know, interactions, you have to like meet people and talk to them. Some people just don't know how to do that.
Exactly.
And it is public speaking.
People really underestimate the power of soft skills. So you have hard skills and soft skills. A hard skill is something you acquire. What the fuck? You acquire زعما عندك diploma, عندك formation, عندك هكا. This is a hard skill. A soft skill is really about like communication, being punctual, being persuasive, things like that. That's and public speaking وحدة من هادو soft skills, and it's super important because sometimes يكون واحد زعما قاري كلش and then you find someone who's maybe not that intelligent but is good with people.
Yes.
كي يعطيك an idea يقنعك يبيع حالك كي يسلك راسه فوالا يسلك راسه is good at analyzing situations, at problem solving, and this trust me, this is more hireable and it's more desirable than واحد اوكي قاري بصح عنده زعما دبلوم عنده دكتوراه عنده مي تحطه انفاس مشكل يبانيكي وما يعرفش واش يدير you know.
And it's like the thing is that like, you know, because we live in societies and that's just like the obvious thing to say, we're humans, we're like highly social animals. It's literally la base to everything that we do. We're literally what we are right now as a species because of each other. You'd say that is the most important thing to develop in one's personality is to how to interact with people in order to actually get places in life.
Okay.
You know, so yeah, it is pretty important. We chose a pretty important field to get to.
Yeah. So basically, when I asked my followers, قلت لهم شكون my followers, whatever, my community, I asked them شكون راكم حابين تشوفوا on the Bancroft show. She was one of the names that came up, and everyone told her باش تهضر على education because this is something she's really passionate about وتهضر عليه بزاف. And so we can link her.
It's kind of annoying at this point.
We can link these two topics to education because الناس وعلاش عندهم this lack of focus على soft skills. Also صحوري يهضر على هاد العفسة بزاف. Do you follow صحوري?
Of course, yeah.
يهضر على this thing بزاف باللي اوكي عندك diploma whatever, but it's also about developing your identity, who you are as a worker, وش راح تزيد للخدمة اللي راح تروح لها. And so احنا في our education system everything is very كاري and limited, and so they teach you تقرا باش تجيب diploma. That's really sorry, I apologize. تقرا باش تجيب diploma, and then people become very entitled كي يروحوا يخدموا. سي the majority of people يقول لك انا ليسونسي وما لقيتش خدمه. انا عندي ماستر 2 ما لقيتش خدمه. كيفاش هاديه؟ Nobody gives a fuck about your master 2 وين نتايا ديجا على حسب كيفاش تهضر باين باللي you're an entitled spoiled brat. And so nobody wants this attitude. Your attitude is very important, and you should never ever be entitled. You should never say أنا because قريت هنا و because درت كذا و because عندي كذا تسمى I'm entitled to a job. You're not entitled to anything really.
And it's really interesting and I had point because I really think it's like a next level sort of a thing باش نقدر نهضروا عليه in our education system because we're going to talk I'm going to talk for myself and say that probably I'm going to talk more about the Algerian education system. وكان نهضروا about soft skills in the Algerian education system شغل حنا نيفو واحد اخر خلينا قاعده باس تاع لي بروبليم اللي عندنا and we went to a whole new level, but it's really important parce que c'est vrai they're just everything that they're studying would not really make what you really need in life is not included with those studies. Here's a nice story that it's not really a story, it's just an anecdote. Is that the same thing? It is.
Kind of.
So عندي يومين هكذا I was just watching YouTube. I try my best to just like watch YouTube videos about Algerian students and how they talk and how they think and blah blah blah. And one of the videos that I watched was actually an interview on one of the channels with وحدة جابت الباك وقت 18 لا معين ولا presque 18 لا معين, and دخلت to the studio and she couldn't talk. She just like literally talked like this. Oh yeah قريت أنا بروف and that's okay. Like that's who you are. That's totally okay. But you have abilities, you have talents. You're from academia, you know. And at the same time, the education system did not focus on you as a person because you cannot even talk. I understand you're in a studio. It's the first time. It's national TV. It is, but at least just a little bit more.
Exactly.
confidence.
انتي على حسب النوع اللي ديتيها, you are not supposed to be like عباد normal يحشموا. You're supposed to be exceptional.
Exactly.
So même لو كان حاطينك في studio, you're supposed to be able to talk because باش لحقتي البوان هما people in the West usually كيكونوا كاين exceptional students usually في الليسي ولا عندهم clubs, عندهم extra curriculum activities. الناس دايما يدير عفسه واحد باش يكون exceptional ما يكفيش يقرا برك, لازم دايما يدير other activities which is وعلاش because واحد باش يدخل يقرا في لافاك زعما a very good school ما راح يشوفوا لا موين ديالك, راح يشوفوا
everything, literally كل حاجة في الدوسي ديالك. I really think
as a person
exactly. Well, الدوسي ديالك هو representك. And you like have also interviews, articles to write. You just have to present everything that you did and present yourself as a person, and then you go and do a physical interview at the same time. Genuinely, I think that the American orientation system is highly efficient. They have a lot of problems in their education as a developed country. I'm not like standing for the US or anything, but the orientation for the universities is really good. jamais سمعت أمريكا عطيو يقول لك لا درت هاد سبيسياليتي باسكو بعتوني, درت هاد سبيسياليتي باسكو ما لقيتوش ندير, ما تكزيستيش هادية. Because from a really young age they start to get familiar with a lot of different things. They write a lot, they read also at the same time, even if it's forced upon them, but they still do read. It might be like old books, but it's still obviously better, you know. So like the first problem since we're talking about this في السيستم ديالنا is the problem of orientation. It's the number one problem that needs to literally be taken out from the root. The other day I was watching an interview with Noria Ben Ghabaret على الباكو. It was just like an interview talking about everything, but almost all of the questions were about الباك. And all of the questions were like كيفاش نحاربوا الغش, كيفاش نديروا, اسكو عندك البيجي لاجهزه التشويش, اسكو راح تزيدي الدرك ولا لا بوليس في لي سونتر باش يمنعوا الغش. Why is there not a question علاش كاين الغش? Why is it حارب الغش but no وعلاش
that
كاين
shouldn't even be her job actually. That shouldn't even be her job. هاد الفايس على زعما كيفاش the thing اللي يديروا تشويش على زعما the bluetooth or الدرك. I don't think this should be like something she should decide. I think here what she should decide are you know, educational things, curriculum things.
But they really don't. They really don't. They just focus on, in my opinion, they just focus on like creating their version of what education should look like, and the students are just kept completely out of the loop. And that, in my opinion, at the same time also goes back to the fact that they're just old. They're old people. They cannot relate to our generation. They cannot relate to the generation that is existing right now. And that's just like pretty shameful.
And going back to the orientation system اللي هضرنا عليها من قبل, the reason علاش in the US كاين this system of focusing على شكون هادية كبنادم, اسكو دير sport, اسكو she's a part of a club, اسكو دارت any initiatives, اسكو دارت any like charity events, whatever she did في حياتها أكتر من الموين ديالها, is because هما وش حيستفادوا كي يجي واحد يقرأ عندهم ويجيب موين مليحة وراو جاب ماستر ودكتوراه, وش يستفادوا؟ هما they don't want someone يجي يقرا مليح, they want someone اللي يجي يختار عفسه, they want innovative people. باش هذيك الانوفيشن كي تروح يقولوا باللي this person this person اللي invented it قرا هنايا. For example كيما مارك زوكربيرغ, everyone knows باللي مارك زوكربيرغ قرا في هارفارد, right? And that's because كي خيروا يبات كيما مارك زوكربيرغ, they also chose him because he's innovative and he wants to do something, وحاب يختار عفسه ماهوش حاب غير يقرا ويجيب مليح. And I think that's what they focus on, is creative people, not people who just
I think they discovered that what the market needs right now, or what it needs to stay a universal power, is not to be stuck.
No, it's okay. Continue.
So كي نعاودو نولو to our education system, it's more of a يحفظوا l'histoire. And it's really bizarre for someone like me who like really thought about it. But if you tell like an Algerian anywhere, anyone down the street, be like, il faut pas تحفظ تاريخ. They would be like, ما كيف ندير له تاريخ؟ نحفظه كيفاش ندير له؟ نفهمه ماشي مات. وهما اللي ماتوا
يحفظوا. That's the thing.
You know, that's the thing.
I very sadly I've said the other day I was very very sad على everything. So
everything.
Allah على everything, because دوك تسمعني صح and you understand علاش it's kind of really disappointing on so many levels. So I was talking to my friend. قلت له ماما راهي مريضه، سالته من قبل ماما كانت مريضه ورحت عند الطبيب اعطى لها الدواء، اعطى لها انتي انفلاماتوار and things like that. And then my friend was like they said باللي you should not take anti inflammatoire مع وش صار في الكورونا and things like that. And then he was like روحي اونلاين وحوسي عليها. And I was like, what's the point of نروح اونلاين ونحوسي عليها since a fucking doctor subscribed
exactly.
And then he kept insisting روحي حوسي. I was like, yeah I would نروح نحوس لو كان ما رحتش عند الطبيب، بس since رحت عند الطبيب التحويز ديالي would mean nothing since رحت عند الطبيب and he prescribed it. And then he was like, وش يعرفوا دوك الطباغ غير يحفظوا. And this is not the first time I hear about this. باللي كاين a reputation تاع العباد اللي يقراو ميديسين باللي يحفظوا بزاف. This is something even confirmed by العباد اللي يقراو ميديسين. يقول لك كاين مشكل تاع العباد
medicine in general is حفاظة. Is a lot of حفاظة. فيها فهامة sure. A lot of فهامة بس also a lot of it like anatomy and everything is like حفاظة. But that's not like a bad thing or anything. It's like تجي تحفظ مات ولا تجي تحفظ I don't know like même l'histoire obviously there are some things باش تحفظهم.
Yeah, like dates and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you have to understand how deep it is. You have to realize it. You know, I always say this, I always use the word realize, but people don't really understand it. Because for myself, at the same time also, when I say realize, it's more of like also understand it, but it's not the same. When you really know the depth of that thing, when you really know that that actually happened, you can learn about, I don't know, Genghis Khan or whatever. But if you really realize that it actually happened, you know that it happened. But when you really realize it and you know this happened and these people got murdered and this happened and this happened and this happened, you would in one way or another be passionate about it and you'd like it even more, you'd love it. And in one way or another you're going to be more interested in knowing more and you will put your own self into that. That's why I'm pro writing articles and instead of exams, especially في l'histoire, في philosophy, في geography, anything like that. Write from within, give your opinion, read about it, know about it. I'm gonna help you learn, but then I want you to learn on your own and I want you to take that and put yourself into it and write according to you, according to what you understood and give it to me and I'm gonna correct you in case you were wrong.
I think it was Einstein who said if you can't explain it you don't understand it well enough, right?
I think Feynman.
I don't know who said it, but someone very smart said if you can't explain it, you don't understand it well enough. So if someone اللي ما باش يقرا ميديسين ولا يقرا whatever and he cannot write an article reformulating even العفايس اللي قراهم ويفهمهم بلا فاصون ديالو, that means ما راهوش really فاهمهم. And when we say واحد يحفظ عفسه, هذه بالعربيه نقولوا حفظ, بصح ما نقولوا حفظ بصح تعلم ماشي سينونيم تاع حفظ. However, when you translate it to English, we can say learn. We can say learn as a synonym for حفظ.
But it's also memorize.
You can say memorize. Memorizing, that's exactly, it's remembering things, which is العفسة اللي نهضروا عليها. So تقرا عفسة and then تسيي تفكرها. That's memorizing. And then you have learning, which is also حفظ, but it's what you said.
But it's deep. You know, you really realize what that is. And باش نعاود نولي the point that we're talking about right now على هذا السيد اللي قال لك على les anti-inflammatoires. I really think it's directly linked to the fact that Algerians are thinking more noir et blanc. You know, that's what anti-inflammatoire ماشي مليح في الفيروس, but it's not taken in, this person is not taking into consideration that there are different nuances to each situation. Okay, it's not good if a person has a virus, but it's more likely that's going to help this person than actually damage it. So you just have to put it into a scenario. There is no right or wrong. There's just more likely or less likely. You know, and you know when you learn about physics, for example, I think physics and quantum mechanics helped me realize this a bit more. So it's just you know, knowing stuff. Like, it's the time to realize stuff.
It's like this has been the year of realizing things.
Yeah.
Me and my friend, we've just been realizing things.
And it's like been great, you know.
And it's like I just got my lips injected, and so it's like the injection is in my brain.
And for people who didn't understand that reference, I mean, I don't know what you're
We feel sorry for you. That's
Yeah.
all we're gonna say. All right.
So yeah.
So more about education. What would you say if you had to choose? I know probably هنجيك بزاف عرب.
Yeah, we already had this question. I know what you're gonna ask.
Oh no.
One thing to change in the education system?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
You think you know me? Don't
I know,
you?
right?
I think I'm so
I
predictable.
do this all the time. Like everyone talks and I just like لازم نكمل. It's just I'm compulsive. I'm a compulsive.
What's your horoscope?
Stop.
Don't patronize me, bitch. Answer the question.
I told you the other day. I'm the 23rd of August. I don't know. I think Virgo or something.
You would be a Virgo. Virgos are like super perfectionist. Would you say you're a perfectionist?
I would say so if it's related to like business, work, studying, things like that. I am.
We're gonna fucking Google it right now, bitch.
How about we do like a personality test? I am an ENTJ.
What's the date? Which no?
23rd of August.
23rd
Bring me
August. Horoscope. And Virgos or Scorpios بزاف يتفاهموا. Let me just tell you something. Yeah. You are a Virgo. Yay!
Yeah, I think
you
I know
are.
this before. Because of you,
Beyonce is a Virgo, you know that?
Really?
Yeah, she is.
Okay. Okay, how about the 16 personality test? Did you take it?
I took one personality test because قعدوا غريبات وولي حمودات. They were like, do this, do this, do
Okay.
this.
I think it's the most popular.
I did one test and I got moderator.
Oh, moderator. I think it's just my cousin. I'm a commander. And it's really close to your personality. I'm like,
okay.
But honestly, I've changed a little bit. I used to be like a robot, but I'm a bit more emotional right now. The other day I was just like watching a kid and I started crying. I was like,
really?
Who am I?
Yeah, me too. I cried yesterday. شوفي, and I cry a lot. And then I had this bet with myself. ملي رحت هنايا, which was like almost a month ago. I was like, because I was very happy when I moved here. I was like, I'm gonna see how long it's gonna take me باش نبكي في هالدار, right? And yesterday I cried for the first time, but
Really?
it wasn't about me. I wasn't sad. I just saw this very sad scene in the
Video.
movie.
Yeah.
It was like a divorced parents and the kid was struggling. And I was like, oh my god, I relate to that.
Life is not fair. Yeah. I mean, just like your personality changes with time. Did you use like to cry when you were صغيرة, or did it like?
No, على بالك كي كنت صغيرة I used to never cry, never cry. And then I don't know, I just like ترتقت at one point and I just became a crier. I don't really cry in front of people.
Yeah.
شغل
Like I did once. Like literally only once in my life.
You cried in front of someone?
Yeah.
What happened?
In front of people. I just like had like some personal problems with like a person and I really couldn't take it.
Yeah.
I didn't give any detail here, but I know. But it was too much. I think for like the first time in my life it was too much for me that I cried in front of people.
Yeah.
I'm usually a very tough person.
I only cry in front of people unless you fall or something.
I fell.
I
fell in front of people. No, I don't cry because of that. I was like, where's my phone?
You lost your phone?
No, because I had it in my hand when I fell and I fell for Dorish Tassila.
Yeah. Oh.
I think
Everyone was there?
Everyone was there.
No,
And like Iman was like,
girl, I hope they have that on tape. I'm calling up.
No, they don't. But everyone was like, God damn it! This is the first time I wish like Silab said actually.
I swear to God, Tiziri, if you hook me up with those tapes.
Tiziri كانت قاعدة من هيك كانت بعيدة. She had headphones. سمعت براف. She was like. And she kept on.
Did you break anything? Did you?
Actually, my neck تعوجت شوية, but it was just like shock. And then I was like. When I did my phone, I thought it just like it broke.
First thing you thought about is your phone?
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I thought I lost my phone once. I thought my phone was stolen, so I started crying. One time I had an accident, a car accident. I literally almost died, you guys. Yeah, I remember you saw my stories. Yeah, and then whatever, حبيت من طلبي نشوف if something happened to it. And then after دمرت, everything was fine. حوست على my phone and I didn't find it. And I thought the policeman stole it because only the policeman can come back.
Okay.
And I started crying.
They're probably gonna come at you.
I was like, shit, it's a policeman. There's no way I can find it. And I was crying and then it was literally قدامي. What
it happens. It happens. Once, one second. Once my friend, أنا حطيته بس because I'm like a crazy person. I live in an island on my own, literally. كنت حاطة تليفوني. We were just like having lunch. حطيته هكذا رح نخلص. كان وليت ما لقيتوش. It was like right in front of the door. طابقة كانت قدام in front of the door. هي كانت ورايا. هي بدأت حطيته في جيبها. And then yeah, she did that because she always tells me do not leave it on the table.
Okay.
And شغل أنا كنت دائما نهضر بالإنجليزي. يطلع ما تهضرش إنجليزي منيح. I was like, where's my phone? Where's my phone? Where's my phone? And she was like, ما باليش أقطع. And then she was like,
that'll teach you.
So don't put it.
Guys, watch your phones, whatever. Anyway, this is not where the conversation was supposed to be going.
I know.
So I was gonna ask, what is to you, if you could, put your finger on it, the biggest problem in the Algerian educational system?
The problem, there are a lot of problems.
I know, so choose one.
I know. Do you remember when we were at the Khutwa event and one of the audience asked me if you had like only to choose one thing to change within the education system, what would it be? And I said the problem of discipline. The thing with me is that I think in a theoretical way. I don't think very practically because like, and that I realized that a bit more right now because to get rid of the discipline problem, what I mean by that, first of all, I said that les Algériens are overly obsessed with the concept of discipline. They have شغل حاسبين les étudiants لازم يجوا هكذا لازم يمشوا هكذا يديروا الصف هكذا ويطلعوا, and it's not the generation that it is right now, and it's not what the market wants right now. دوك نعاودو نقولوا هاد le point. Anyway, so when I said that, I meant شغل كنت تطرطق هكذا صباعك and the problem of discipline راح. That's theoretical. So you don't really have much to do that can be very sustainable and very doable that you can do to get rid of an image that Algerians have in their heads. That is the concept of discipline. But practically, I think the first thing that I would work towards getting rid of is the problem of orientation. Même if like, the curriculum مشالجي بزاف, même إذا studying ماشي كيما لازم يكون, même إذا these people are oppressed and they don't really do what they like all the time. هادو ما كامل سي دي problèmes that are really deep, and I do believe that we should get rid of them. But if we actually worked on the orientation problem, these people, even though they're going through problems and they are still studying within those problems, at least they will choose and they will go to majors that they deserve and that they'll be good at. And it would be the first step towards fixing the problem. At least put people in the right places, even if they're studying incorrectly, but at least put them in the right places. Does that make sense?
Wait, when you say that this discipline is not for this generation or whatever that means, elaborate on that. You don't think discipline is important?
I don't think discipline is as important as Algerians are portraying it.
But would you say the Algerian schools are disciplined? I wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say that either. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's why they're obsessed with it. Because when you don't have something, you're obsessed with it. I think that's the case here. But what I mean here is that the older generations are too fixed on what they think is right and what they think is a good image. Because that's this story time. Oh my god, I'm a YouTuber. So I've said this multiple times and I repeat it multiple times. The education system that we use and a lot of other countries and nations use was established within the Industrial Revolution. Why? Because it was literally the blow up of factories. People started making their economy. Their economy was based on their factories. And what do factory needs? They need factory workers. How do these do to the future? Not right now, for the future, not for now. Because these actually, and it's where it gets a little bit tricky. These generations are going to create the future. And if they're creating the future, it means that they're going to shape it the way they want. And to shape it the way they want, they need to have personalities. So the education system has to reinforce your personality. Because you're a child and you still don't know what is good for you. But توريلك the way and works with you according to what you are. and that is not what's happening here. What's happening here is no, discipline is better. I'm gonna form you the way I want you to be formed according to what I think is correct. But you don't know how the future is gonna be. So you have to let them shape themselves to shape the future. That's what I meant by so هنايا discipline في الجزائر. If you wear a hoodie, you're out. If you تطول شعرك, if you're a dude, you're out. If you don't wear المئزر, you're out. If you, I don't know, they do a lot of things. And we focus on these very secondary things. ما يلبسوش مئزر, they don't want to, and you cannot make them, and you are not making them. تروحي أي école, and I dare anyone, سيام ليسي, they littéralement يرفدوها نحو هذيك طابلية عند الباب, يلبسوها عند الباب, والداخل الكل فاتحينها رابطينها هنايا, ما نعرفوش دايرينها, ومن بكري هذه it's a thing من بكري. They're screaming at the top of their lungs that they don't want to do that. They don't want to wear this. They're uncomfortable with that. So why would you look at it? You're working. You should be working towards the mental health of these students. Don't make them be something that they're not. It's you're literally. I'm asking you to cut something from your body. It's something that it represents who you are as a person. So they're trying to literally shrimp. Is that a word? Trim English. Trim their personalities and shape them in the way that they want them to be, and that's just wrong. And my own sister, she like wore a hoodie. جي هذيك اللي تخدم تما ديرها هكذا هذيك شغل تجبدها نحي الهودي. علاش قلقاتك هودي? It's her personality. She's gonna wear it now. She's probably not gonna wear it later. They just want the future to be the way they want it to be, and it's never gonna be, whether they like it or not. So it's just better to work with the mental health of the students and help them be comfortable, because the number one goal here is to help them study and be comfortable. It's not for you to do what you want.
Thank you.
That's like a big problem.
Oh my god, there's so many points I want to make. But the first two things is هذاك النهار ثاني في الخطوة you made a very good point about so كاين necessary and productive discipline. شغل كاين عندنا some things that we do for discipline that are very important ونديروهم باش نعلموا التلميذ باللي هاد العفسة it's important ماشي غير دوكا كي راك صغير, but it's also going to come at hand to come handy in the future. One of them is being punctual. الكلاس يبدا 8 تكون 8 في كلاسها, it's not 8 و5 و10 و4. And you made the very good point. حنايا كي يلحق 8 و3 دقائق يحوزوه يخلوه يقعد برا. هاد العفسة وش يستفاد من هذا student؟ اوكي انا عاقبناه for being late, وهذه العفسة لازم تصير, لازم نعاقبوه for being late. But how do we do it؟ اسكو نخلوه برا؟ اسكو هاد العفسة تفيدو؟ اسكو هاد العفسة راح تعلمه؟ No, because حيقعد برا, حيتلاقى مع عباد برا, راح يسوق بجوه, راح قضيات له ساعة من حياته ولا جوج سوايع حتى ل10 باش تخلوه يدخل. And you suggested that. How would you suggest?
I suggested that the student would get punished in other ways. Detention is a good way, but I really don't want it to be the American way. I want it to be the Algerian way. I want it to be more of like, parce que les étudiants ديالنا Algerian in general, I'm sorry, I love you guys and I'm Algerian, بصح نورمال بزاف.
Make him work.
Make them work. Make him pick up all of the whatever the other students. وكاين بزاف خدمة في لي زيتابليسمون ديالنا. طواب المسخن. كلاسة مرميين. A lot of things need work.
Exactly.
But it's really funny because I posted this video that where I talked about this, and one of the comments was like, أنا نخلي خويا يقعد مع العساس في ليكول إذا أنت they were afraid of like sexual abuse.
شكون قال خليه مع الحساس؟ أنا أقوله خليه يخدم.
I know, right? And it's just like it can be just like in a lot of different ways.
No way تخليه برا, it's fine.
It's fine.
تخليه داخل ليكول, it's not fine.
That's totally okay. بصح داخل ليكول it's just قلت لك genre دائما المونتاليتي تاع نوار بلون, يا هذه تصرا. But there are laws, there are regulations. If this happens, not everyone is a devil, and that would be like probably بسمع مع مستشار تربية معليش, بس he wouldn't trust الأساس.
No, بس usually ما كاش
مستشار تربية.
Usually ما كاش واحد late. Usually كاين at least 3, 4, 5 people late. يدخلوا يعطوا لهم خدمه. هاد نقي الساحه، روح باش انايا رفد الزبل، روح دير كذا، يخدم. لازم باش هادي is gonna teach them the value of work.
Exactly.
And it's productive for the school.
Capitalism 101.
Yeah, هادي تنقص دراهم على السكول أو يروح يجيبوا واحد يخدم. Yeah, so that's less money from our pockets.
Exactly.
How to make discipline productive, which is واش يديروا في الحبس، يخدموا المحبسية.
Yeah.
This is activity.
Community work is really good. وهنا في هذا البوينت يعني it's really counterproductive, you know. It's not serving any purpose انك تخليهم برا. It didn't work. ما راهمش يجوا بكري، ما بيقعد برا، ما حيش يجيك بكري، بس you know the rotar, you're always gonna have people. So it's not working. Now we can also talk about how difficult it is to actually establish all of this. To establish like someone staying and the administration actually wanted to do this. These are all like sidelines that could be discussed later. But like the idea is there. The idea should always be there. But so on this point, so we don't like stray away. I also am against bringing students to school at 8 a.m. I think 9 a.m. would be better. 10 a.m. is even better. بصح مع لا شارج وبدا اوكي انا فاهمين ما قلت لا شارج لازم تنقص ثاني. But 9 is better. I read this study about the US because they have good statistics. So that showed that the US government is actually losing, I think, $1.3 trillion each year because of teenagers being too tired because they wake up pretty early and stay in school pretty early. So that's a pretty big problem. تما كاين دي زيكول يدخلوا على 7 ونص على الصباح. So you have to take into consideration الطالب هذا as a human being واش يقدر يدير واش ما يقدرش يدير because in one way or another هتنعكس عليك، هتنعكس على la society، هتنعكس على ما تدير فيهم مزية. You know. هاد
يظهر نقتلوا في their individuality, في their creativeness, and then كي يكبروا يخرجوا they have no personality, which I noticed this thing that احنا people of color if you want دايما نضحكوا على white people for this. شتي كي يجيبوا like the white kids in Super Nanny like يعيطوا على يماهم they're like rebelling out والله دايما نضحكوا عليهم نقول لك خالو كان جا زعما وليدي نعطيه جوج سقالين نربيه وشنو وليدي يعيط عليا وليدي يتمرغ هكا في الارض. بصح هما the thing is وعلاش اجاس يخلوا الحريه لولادهم اكثر تسوي وليدها يجاوبها يديرها فايس هكا. بصح at the end of the day هادو these white families ولادهم يخرجوا doing much better than ولادنا هنايا. You think باللي راهو ما يحشمش ويرد الهضره ليماه بصح يماه she doesn't act like she's his owner. like انت وليدي because انا يماك لازم تسكت ولازم نقول لك واش تحب ولازم تبلا ولازم تدير what I say. No, there should be لازم ديك انت كيما تعرفي وقتاش وماشي وقتاش. You have to let room for your children to have their say, to have a little bit personality. كي يكون لا بصح sometimes there should be because you want انت كيما قلنا you should focus what's the end result. دوك انت كزعما surveillante ولا prof كي you impose yourself على هاد الطفل كيفاش يقولوا كي يطيعك كي تحبطيه كي تقولي له دير هكا and then يدير هكا تخزري فيه يسكت. What is the point? Ask yourself. انت كأستاذة كيماتك what is the point? انت why are you doing this? عشان كي تقري في طفل عشان كي تربي في طفل. Isn't it because you want to create a good functioning adult that's going to carry out this humanity? Isn't this why you're doing it? And so وش ما دابك
I don't think that's why they're doing it.
They don't realize that. It should be why. So هل ما دابك تجيبي واحد كيما قال لي جينيراسيون اللي جازوا علينا في الجزائر people اللي يخافوا من كلش ما يحلوش فمهم داري راهم يترفدوا for doing memes واحد ما هضر واحد ما حل فمو عبك.
That's just outrageous.
Like the world should stop for the country should stop for this. الطفل رفدوه باسكو دار meme. This is outrageous في 2020. بصح people are scared of the government. They're terrified. يخافوا من عليهم يخافوا من البروف تاعهم يخافوا من الدولة خوافين. احنا شعب خواف period. You can say تانيك part of it's بقايا إرهاب
like مخي حبس. I didn't even know what to say about that. I don't know because I'm thinking like what would make anyone actually paying attention to this? And I didn't find a solution.
Are you talking about the meme guy?
Yeah. At least not for
that memes. It was going viral and that's why I don't think حيديروا له anything. I think this is just to scare people. مش عرفنا your technique جيبوا جديد جيبوا new strategists بدلوا شوية خلعونا شوفيونا. We know your technique, okay? You're everything you do is to terrorize people. everything you do is باش نتوما you are an abusive husband trying to keep his wife بلاصتها. You're bullies. That's what you do.
That example though.
All you do is abuse us mentally باش نتفكروا احنا بلاصتنا وحنا واش نكونوا. And it's not gonna fucking work. It worked before. It's not gonna work.
Not gonna work with the internet.
Not gonna work with the internet, and you can. That's why we do regulations about the internet and fake news. I mean, قاو شو صار في أمريكا على fake news, and ما كان حتى قانون، ما كانش حتى تخمام في قانون to make fake news illegal. Like people don't do this. بصح هادو العباد اللي يعرفوا.
I think people today literally don't understand what freedom of speech actually is. They think it's just like, you know, just because to tell your opinion, but they don't know that it's actually fundamental to who you are and what you can think of. You know, to talk even if you're wrong, and as Jordan Peterson said, this is not me saying, but a famous psychologist who studied his entire life said that your freedom of speech helps you think. You know, you have to talk, you have to say something, and even if you say it incorrectly, it's going to lead you somewhere where we're gonna say things that are correct and that are true. So in one way, if you're stopping someone from talking, you're stopping them from thinking. If you're stopping them from thinking, you're making them stupid. If you're making them stupid, you're creating a stupid society.
But that's what they want.
But that's not what Algerians want. That's not what society wants for itself. But they still don't think about that. So that's why they're just whatever, you know.
They don't think about that. Algerians, I feel like largely they just gave up. A lot of them, as you know, حابين يروحوا الخارج. A lot of them just gave up. They're like, you know what? نعيشوا a miserable life here and then كنموتوا نروحوا الجنة, we live a good life. There is no
but Islam doesn't
hunger
say
for
that.
life.
Islam doesn't say
no,
that.
and شو نقول لك أنا نقول لك كيفاش يحسبوا روحهم.
That's why they tell themselves from a religious point of view, but that's not what religion says. You have to work للدنيا تاعك. Don't just like work for الآخرة, because just join Daesh if that's the case. But that doesn't exist anymore, does it?
Yeah, but seriously, this is why نقول لك a lot of poor people need religion, because that's the only thing اللي يخليهم ما يروحوش يقتلوا someone اللي راهو طاغي عليهم. That's the only thing between them and between being a rebel is this idea of معليش ربي ياخذ الحق. This is what Algerians say. is معليش ربي ياخذ الحق وكذا. In a lot of situations it's about you. It's all of them. قاعد يقول لك هكا واش ديري وكلي ربي على بنادم كيما انايا نوكل ربي. زعما هي لو كان هضرت فيا نوكل عليها ربي. ما نوكلش ربي على واحد اللي راهو يخلص من my tax money ويدير لي في الحقوق ديالي ويدخل فينا الشعب للحبس ونقول وكل عليها ربي. ما نوكلش عليها ربي. I'm so sorry. I have to do something, you know. Anyway, that's not the topic.
We're just like always straying off.
But just so you know, يروح طابو يروح هذاك اسمه خالد الدرارني, I think it's a journalist اللي كان في الحبس. يروح والد يروحوا
يجوا واحد اخرين.
We're like cockroaches, you know. We're just gonna keep reproducing, and whatever you do, you cannot stop. نروح أنا كاين هي تروح هي كاين واحد اخرين. So keep it up. So we were talking about the educational system. Let's go back to that. So in your opinion, so هضرنا على the school and everything. So don't you think حياتهم هاد الداي صغار في الدار, even حياة the teachers في الدار تأثر على their behavior at school? Because كانت عندنا واحد البروف she was so bitchy for no reason. كانت تحاوز الناس for no reason, bitchy. And then كان واحد surveillant, he was like, this is kind of rude, but he was like, he literally said that.
Oh my god, it's so unprofessional.
It's so. He literally said that, but he was like, هذاك كانوا surveillant اللي زعما cool يقصر معنا. Yeah, but like, and I still remember. Because it really got me thinking that a lot of behavior اللي صار في l'école, it's an extension or maybe كاين يبدا يخرجوا زعافهم في اسمه في ليكول. انا I grew up ما كانش عندي خويا ولا اختي نهضر معاهم, so كنت نروح للمسجد نهضر بزاف. I used to talk a lot, and so what you have in your life really affected. So what do you think this a lot of bad behavior we see from children, بالك يكسروا يكتبوا في الحياط, how does it why is this so?
Where do I start? I think it's a fact that we have to live with. It's just like it is what it is. As a magical species, I don't know if Algerians are a species, but I think we are.
I think we are.
but we're very nervy. And how we interact with each other is not a calm way. I don't think it's the right way to interact with each other. And I'm guilty with that. I'm guilty. I'm really guilty. And I have to nervy ونعيط وكذا, but it's who I am.
At least you're aware of it. Self-awareness,
right? Yeah, so I think that's the first thing to do. Be aware of something, realize that it's there, and then work towards it. So now we know that it is a problem. What happens to you at home, you drag it to your house. And في حالة جو حنايا وين عايشين, a lot of like the problems, a lot of like the violence, a lot of like you know, just like being angry at everything, at everyone, gets dragged to school.
I think so.
And that's the thing. I think how we can at least reduce it is by extracurricular activities, giving the chance to these students to let out their energy in a healthy way. And this is like a huge problem, because even though احنا زعفانين نبختوا في حياتنا, نزيدو نجو ليكول ونزيدو نزعفوهم اكثر by not letting them wear what they want, not letting them be themselves, literally like obliging them to get up and sit down and move the way we want them to be, and that's just, you know, just تزير فيهم, and obviously they're going to يرتاحوا in one way or another. That's just obvious. So more extracurricular activities, give them the time. That's the key word, time. Give the time to these students, especially بداو clubs ديالهم, to have time to يقصروا مع بعضهم. I remember when I used كي كنت في سوريا, we didn't really have much sports apart, you know, PE. بصح ما كانش كاين هذوك المباريات. I remember the other day I was having almost like the same discussion with a friend of mine about this topic, and I was like, we can let them let out their energy with sports. They were like, علاش ما همش يديروا في السبور? It's like, no, ما راهمش يديروا في السبور, هذاك ماشي سبور ديجا, because it's not competitive. أعطيهم sport that's competitive. Let them sort of use that energy that they have. They have a lot of hormones. Let them use those hormones. يبداو يعيطوا, they are happy, they are sad, هكذا يخرجوا كامل هذيك الانرجي اللي راهي عندهم by competitions. And I'm not just saying sports, because Algerians are obsessed with that. So to football, I mean soccer.
Mostly boys, and a lot of the times في الشتاء كيكون كاين شتا يدوهم للستاد, ما يقدروش يديروا سبور باسكو كاين شتا, so we need indoor gyms في ليزيكول. But it's more money. And then we also but والله genre when the students are passionate about a sport, يلعبوا تحت التلج يطيحوا يلعبوا لك, because that's what I'm saying, like it should be competitive between the school itself and between like different schools, so that ولازم النظام يديروا تاني يروحوا يشجعوهم, because that's the point. لازم يروحوا يخرجوا هذيك الانرجي عندهم. I mean, I remember قلت لك كي كنت في سوريا, really I would totally be a cheerleader and then go out with the hot
I used to want to
football
be a
player. You did?
When I was like 15 or
I mean, I used to go out with the hottest guy in school, but
wow, you're so humble.
Definitely. But he was.
I used to be a huge galeta at the time.
Really?
You know what galeta is?
I do, unfortunately. I know what that is.
For those who don't know.
Yeah. So I was by far not the cutest girl in school, but he was the cutest guy in school, and he chose me.
Good personality, people. That's what happens. So yeah, قلت لك كنت في سوريا, and we had one competition. We didn't even play. There were like other dudes playing, and I just went and I screamed and I just like, yeah, we won and everything. And I really remember right now how I felt at the time. It was rejuvenated. I was like, okay, I'm ready. Like, let's go do something else. So just like give them a way to help them to help you. Give them a way to be happy. And that's just that's it. They're screaming. They know what they want. They just give them, you know, just a little bit of space. ما رانيش نقول take out the limits, because that's insane. That's completely insane. ما نقول خليهم يجوا بالميني, خليهم يجوا بالشورت, خليهم.
Because هذيك كاين بزاف العباد هذا واش راح يفهموا. And you have to understand, freedom is not ethics. Freedom will give you very good things. It will give you innovation. It will give you a good economy. It will give you so many good things, freedom. And evidently, it will give you some bad things. But the bad things compared to the good things, it's okay, معليش, okay?
Exactly.
It's fine.
Justement, you talk about this a lot, and I thought it was genius the first time you talked about it. You said like les Algériens عندهم هاد la mentalité تاع noir et blanc. No, I think you gave the example of a good person, a bad person. I think that's what you said. And it's literally everywhere في الجزائر في la mentalité ديالنا. So it's like كي نقول they should wear as they want, they're like خلاص ملاك حبتهم يخرجوا when I'm just saying find somewhere in the middle because ما كانش هذا هنا ما كانش هذا هنا وهذا هنا. There's like all like the shades, the nuances that are in the middle. Exactly. And yes, we have to take into consideration what society accepts, what society wants, but at the same time take into consideration the students because they're literally the point. Exactly. You're not taking them into consideration. So take different perspectives into consideration and come out with something that is going to help both parties at least to a certain extent. So that's exactly what I'm saying, word per word.
I think so too. I think freedom, the good thing here it's not about freedom, it's freedom, but it's about letting the kids exercise their individuality. I think sometimes I think there is the school in England that made a rule باللي ما كاش طفل no kid or no parents are allowed to buy their children a coat more than 300 pounds.
Yeah,
they made this rule, and this rule I think is very bad. علاش? Because you're أكيد تخلقي عالم غير واقعي في راس هالداية. Exactly. You're creating for them this mentality باللي الدنيا الناس كاع فيها متساويين، باللي الناس ماشي مرفين، ما كاش ناس مرفين، ما كاش ناس فقراء. Which is you're preparing losers. You're preparing people that are sheltered. كيما اللي يديروا like هذوك safe spaces فلافاك شكوبي. No, كاين things that are bad
in life,
but with limits. بصح الدراري لازم يجوزوا عليهم to form a personality. Okay, this is going to be probably controversial, but some bullying is good. A little bit of bullying, a little bit of healthy bullying. ماشي نقول لك واحد يكرهوا له حياته ويرموه ويضربوه. Yeah, seriously, just some bullying. I was bullied when I was a kid, and I bullied too. I was bullied and I bullied. And I think you need some bullying as a kid to grow a personality. back to كيفاش the educational system and the parents teach you to handle bullying. Okay, when someone bullies you لازم تعلم وليدك يدافع على روحه، تعلمه you stand up for himself. So I think some of these things are necessary, and to create this world for children where everyone is equal and everyone is لابس طابلية ولابس كيف واحد ما يدير فاني. وين البروبليم كي طفلة تجي دير فاني في ليكول؟ Where is the problem?
It's disrespectful to the faculty. What is this nail polish hurting you?
I understand ولا زعما تكون شخط. Okay, شخط I think is not very appropriate. Yes. It's why is it even then you would ask why is it not appropriate?
But that's in a philosophical debate. Just like to stop that, it's just society, and nothing is logical. A lot of things are emotional, and it's just what it is. So we have to know that.
I'm a libertarian, not an anarchist, which means an آمن بالقوانين، بس هذين القوانين لازم يكونوا محدودين. Okay? So if we could all agree باللي ما يقدروش يلبسوا بليغة وما يقدروش يلبسوا شورت. Period.
Yes.
That's it.
Exactly. And no crop tops because that's not Algerian.
Yeah, not crop tops. I think as well, no crop tops. بصح if you tell me ما ديرش فغني
شعرك oh my god, the other day like I watched تاني هذاك واحد من الفيديوز تاع النهار talking about
of course.
Yeah, but they sometimes like they go to good extents. معليش they were asking the students قدام ليسي literally at the start of the year واش راهم يديروا لكم جون كان تدخلوا اسكو تقدروا تدخلوا نورمال تو. كان واحد ليتيديون تاع صغير مسكين he looked like so cute and داير هكذا it's just like a bun and he was like قال لي قطع شعرك يا and he looked like a musician. He looked like super sweet and super nice. And they were just like قال لنا بلي السورفيون قالوا لا لازم تعاودوا لي ما تدخلش. You're literally asking this guy to cut a part of himself in order to be able to study. يا ودي ماشي نتايا. It's not up to you to decide if this person needs to study or not, or can study or not. Put them where he needs to be. It's like it's so simple, but it's so complicated for people.
It's so
again because they just like have this image of of how everything should be. وهاد l'image تاع 2002 تاع 1900. I always tell my mom that. I'm like, Mom, you're still living in the 2000s. This is not how things should be. I was gonna say something in relation to this topic as well. One of the like also other students were like قال لي قطعي شعرك يا ما نقطعش والله ما نقطع ما ندخلش نقرا ما نقطعش. Like, okay, look at you as a decision maker in Algeria. راك تشوف فيه يقول لك ما نقراش if you ask me to do this, and it's your job to help him. Yes. So why are you doing it?
You had one job and you failed. You had one job, which is to make children want to go to school, and you failed at it.
And there were like other students also saying لا لازم نلبس أنا الطبلية وهم جايين يقراوا ومش جايين يلعبوا. But the students at the same time
are just repeating what they
exactly. They don't know. أنا دوكاتيك the things that كراني نهضر عليها دوما لما يقولوا ما تقطعش شعرك, because I know the psychological side of it, and I know that this is what should be happening according to scientific research and scientific study. بصح I know بلي هذيك الطفلة اللي تقول لا نلبس مئزر وتقول للآخرين لا انتم تاني لازم تلبسوا مئزر is wrong, ماشي because of what she said or because of what the first person said, but because psychology says that. So لما ماشي نتبع exactement في les étudiants, صار نتبع in what science says. And the things that this second girl اللي هي تقول لا لازم كان نلبسوا مئزر, that didn't take into consideration that others are not comfortable in المئزر as she is.
شحال يقيسوا على روحهم لي زالجيريان تحب تقيس على روحها, زعما تقول لك هاد العفسه انا جامي عشتها سو ما تكزيستيش. شحال يحبوا هاد العفسه like
انا جامي خممت هكذا علاش تخمم هكذا.
No, once I talked about like البنات who are forced to wear hijab, and this girl was like انا درت حجاب وحدي جامي قالوا لي ديري. Okay, so because for you it didn't have to exist.
That's because they don't know how the scientific method works. It's like it's not one person that happens, and it annoys me a lot. You know, emotions have to get involved in it. I mean, I try to stay
there's
neutral.
only one emotion, which is naya mentally and physically naya.
They're like, no, it's not that. Like, and this is very important also in the education system. You have to show them how research is actually done, what is logical. Don't ما تقوليش احفظ المقالات على
لوجي دود فيلو غير يرقدوا فيها, we all know that.
It's like philosophy is like the best thing ever.
Literally,
it's the start of who you are and what everything
and people like يضحكوا على اللي قراوا فيلو. Have you noticed that?
That's insane.
But that's also because فيلو is the lowest كش يقولوا the lowest ماين يروحوا فيلو. And that's why كاين this condescending كاين this condescending attitude towards العباد اللي يقراو فيلو. And that's because of the grading system. شو même واحد يقرا droit. No, يقرا droit. It's like, you know,
law. Do you know?
Dude, it's law. Is? Like, philo, droit, هادو عفاية psychology, sociology.
It's insane. Like, they're insanely important.
Insanely important and difficult. And difficult philosophy.
Very difficult. Philosophy is like literally like you just have to be ماشي غير كراك باش تدخل philosophy. And it's just like the orientation system is broken.
Einstein was like, I'm not smart enough to study philosophy. He literally said that.
And people don't even understand what philosophy is. People don't even understand what math is. People studying math as a major to become professors don't even know why math exists, what math is, and that's just so sad.
That is.
As a fact.
That is.
بصح just to go back to the orientation problem, I have a friend of mine whom I talked to just yesterday. تقرا بوليتك. يدخلوا غير بالساز موين بوليتك, c'est des techniciens, and they're the majority of them are des francophones. تدخل تحت بالك كيف في فرنسا. But I'm like, I don't understand anything, but okay. And they're really smart. Like the majority of them are really smart. They يقراو, they active and really
which is exactly what we need. We don't need just ما نسحقوش غير يبات smart
people.
Active people.
Exactly. And like when you're smart, you tend to be active. You know, to a certain extent. But like introverted, so they just don't wanna just like go there even if they're really smart. But like generally, again, what the market needs is for like the average smart person to be very active. Anyway, I asked her. She's making. She always talks about politics, law. An acquaintance more. So I asked her, I was like, hey, why didn't you go for political science? And she was like, ديقة موين مليحة. And like I always حبيت نكون في هاد you know, an engineer, but I really like political sciences, I really like law. But like, what would have helped you actually go to the political law and economy if you know anything would have been different with Zaire? And she was like, first of all, how the major is perceived, which I think isn't really
number one. She said this number one.
No, it was the last thing actually. The first thing was just gonna check.
Texted you?
Check. Yeah, of course. I'm not a very
we
like
got
phone
receipts,
talker.
bitch. What you
I don't like talking.
Does your podcast have receipts? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
This podcast has receipts.
Just one
دوك
second.
نفسخوا لكم the screenshots bitch.
She said, number one, actually the first thing, the reputation of the university. I think my memory is better than myself. And then secondly, the employment rate. And then she said the notoriety of studies.
Notoriety.
Notoriety. I'm not very familiar with this word, to be honest. So yeah, so first of all, the reputation of the university, not the studies. So the university.
بلي بوليتك مليحة ولا بلي تسمع؟
بلي بوليتك مليحة باسكو école supérieure. école supérieure كاع شغل وكاع you know what it's oh my god يخربوا لي في راسي when they say this. Anyone يجيب لهم مليحة في الباك they're like médecine ولا école supérieure. Because they really think, they genuinely think بلي إذا قراو في école supérieure it's better. It might be a bit better. It sounds better. It might be a little bit better in like getting a job. بس القراية is the same thing. I study in a university but my major is not
mechanical. You fucking know how Algerians work. It's all about like بنتي تقرا في école supérieure. ولا بنتي تقرا médecine. That's ماشي all of it but a lot of it الناس بزاف عندهم هاد العقلية تاع and médecine especially médecine is something that is شغل لازم تكون في راسك يا تقرا médecine يا ما تقرايش شغل this is the only reason you should تقرا médecine شغل it should be a passion for you. It should be your life.
You want to help people. You know, some people medic it's just an innate personality trait in them that is sort of I want to help you get better. Some people are just talented in being doctors. They love that so much and they also have a talent to it. بس حنايا جبت بيانا مويه ما راح ندير ميديسين.
هذاك نهار شفت رامي زموجي سقساوه قالوا له كي ديت مويه مليحه في الباك وعاش ما درتش ميديسين عاش درت ليزي. Like how are you comparing those two specialties? They have literally nothing in common. One is like technical and one is like about taking care of people. They have literally nothing in common. And وعلاش قلت لك الناس they put these specialties according to categories based on شحال لا موين يدخلك. So like لا موين تاع ميديسين طالعه ولا موين تاع ليزي طالعه. So to them they're in the same category when in fact they have nothing in common.
They have nothing in common. It's just like هذيك again, society taught us that you should be who I tell you to be. You don't matter. What you think doesn't matter. Who you are doesn't matter. And that's just absurd. So ما تقراش what you're good at. تقرا what لا موين ديالك تقول لك باسكو انا نشوف لا موين ديالك.
And plus a lot of families want to be able to say بلي وليدي دار كذا. Exactly كيما بنتي دوجت مع هذاك وبنتي قرات كذا. هذه هي exactly. Do you know?
Yeah, I learned غير في هنا في الconfinement. You know, I shared that meme تاع كي تولي ليكول اعمل لك كيكه شوكولاته. Like it was so funny because I would be like ندير لك بلاش خشوخه because I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but what was I saying?
I think I forgot to. Yeah, we were talking about like how
la families. Yeah, a lot of girls send me this question actually. Like my parents forced me باش ندير هاد السبيسياليتي وانا مانيش حابه نديرها. And it's like, listen, شوفوا ما كاش حل لمشكلتكم apart تفرضوا روحكم. Have a fucking personality and learn how to say no. Period. And that's how to just I know I don't want this is my person because sometimes تبي في a family واحد يسمعوا له and they care about his opinion والآخر no. That's because لما يسمعوا له he actually فرض روحه and that's what you need to do. You need to جيب الباك get a fucking job first. Get a job. I don't care. Get a job. أنا يقول لي بدي عنده مشكلة تاع زعما controlling parents. First thing is get a job. ما تقوليش أنا جبت لا موين 17 نروح نخدم سيرفيس. You're gonna do that. You're gonna work. ما عندكش the privilege باش تخيري a job. Get a job for the moment. Get independent. Make your own decisions. Do you. هذه the long-term solutions لقى مشاكلكم تاع.
You have to realize what you're going to lose كي تفرض روحك. It's just what it is. Option 1, here's what happens. Option 2, here's what happens. Option 1, نفرض روحي. I'm gonna probably have to go. I'm probably not gonna be able to talk to my parents.